All right, just some of the action from the first half of 1999. We'll show you some of the second half of the year action coming up very, very shortly. But here's what's happening right now. A 10-round heavyweight battle featuring the comeback of Oliver McCall against Will Hinton. Both fighters are beginning to get ready to come out of the dressing room, and we'll have this fight underway very, very shortly. Two interesting stories here. Oliver McCall, you know, had kind of a nervous condition when he fought Lennox Lewis that time. The fight had to be stopped, and it was called a technical win for the champion now, Lennox Lewis. Oliver, when he talked to us yesterday, fully admitted that his head wasn't in the right space, the right spot, I should say, and that he has it where it belongs now. He's got some professional help, and that his problems with drugs and alcohol, it's a one-day-at-a-time process, and he's going to be a man about it, and he's facing it and admitting it, and he's going to work on it on a day-by-day basis. This is a nice kid. This is also a nice kid here, Will Hinton. You don't know much about him. He's a guy that has fought guys like Larry Donald, Bobby Harris, but the problem is he's a full-time computer whiz. Excuse me, he has his own computer company, Carl, and he works at that some 50 or 60 hours a week, so he hasn't been able to fight full time. And on his last 12 fights, he's been stopped mostly by TKOs 9 times, but that's because he doesn't train. He fights for the fun of it. But he told me when your dad gave him the opportunity with Bobby Goodman and other matchmakers to get together and fight Oliver McCall, where you can get some instant recognition, that he's going to fight full time if he knocks out McCall.
Well, I don't blame him. He's in with this is a great opportunity for Will Hinton, who also, I understand, was a former football player too, Colonel. Bright young man. He's got to take boxing a little more seriously, and I think if he wins tonight, he will in fact take boxing more seriously. But that's an enormous task he has in front of him with the Atomic Bull, Oliver McCall.
Well, McCall is a world-class fighter who is in magnificent shape. He was training up in the Orwell, Ohio training camp, and Aaron Snowell, who handles the fighters up there, runs that camp. Monarch Boxing told me that no joke, McCall is back. He's in great shape. He wants to come back. Oliver told me himself, listen, he said, Colonel, one thing that I want to say is that I admire, excuse me again, I admire the great Evander Holyfield for what he's done outside of the ring. I can duplicate what he did in the ring, he said, but I admire the way he is out of the ring. He says, I want to turn my life around and become that sort of guy. And I love this guy, Oliver McCall. He's a terrific guy, and it is a struggle back from the depths. He went as low as you can go, and he said the thing that turned him around is his wife, Althea, actually said to him, listen, Oliver, I don't want to lose you. And I said, what did she mean by that, Oliver? He said, well, she didn't want me to go to jail and stay in jail, miss my family, or die. He said, that made me stop and think. And here he comes. Now, you'll notice the real intensity on his face. When he fought Lennox Lewis, he didn't have that. Now, what he's told me, when he won the title, it was such a big thrill to him, and to have the Americans behind him. But when he fought Lennox Lewis, there were actually more people cheering for Lennox Lewis in Las Vegas than were cheering for him. And he was disappointed because his family was under an order that they couldn't come to the fight. He was under direct court orders that certain people had to stay away from him, and he had no support there. Well, now he has the support. He's got Jimmy Adams around him. He's got his whole corner around him, and Eddie Davis and Jim Westmoreland, and he's got some good people with him, and Oliver is ready to make the comeback. So don't be fooled by the appearance you see on his face. This is his normal, intense look. This means he wants to fight.
There's no question about that. This is Oliver McCall like he used to be when he knocked September 24th of '94. He knocked Lennox Lewis out in the second round. No one took him very seriously. And I tell you what, it's not indicative of American public to back their athletes, as you can see in the last fight with Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield there in Las Vegas, where most of the fans there were also cheering for the Brit.
All right, Carl, let's take a look at the tail of the tape. The height is exactly the same at 6'2". Oliver McCall is 16 pounds lighter. He's 246 to the 262. He's also a couple of years younger, 34 to 36, but he has a 3-inch reach advantage, which is significant because of the way he fights. Will Hinton, as you take a look at the metric system, you people that are watching around the world can analyze that for yourself. But believe me, McCall is the bigger of the two men in spite of the weight for Will Hinton. The 262 doesn't benefit Will Hinton right now. Oliver's all set to go as we take a look at the rules. 10-point must scoring system, no standing 8 count. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight, and a fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. We're set to go. Jimmy Lennon standing by. We're ready to get this one going. So without further ado, here's our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, at this time, we move up in weight to the heavyweight division and about scheduled 10 rounds of boxing. Once again brought to you by Don King Productions and Direct TV. Introducing to you our 3 judges scoring the bout from ringside. We have C.D. Jenkins, Kevin Phillips, and David Taranto. And our referee in charge of this bout, Elmo Adolph. All right, fans, here we go. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks, and he is fighting out of Aurora, Colorado, by way of Baltimore, Maryland. He weighed in at 262 pounds with a record of 17 wins, 14 losses, and 2 draws. He has 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Will the Thrill Hinton. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner in this 10-round heavyweight attraction. He is wearing black trunks and fighting out of Chicago, Illinois. He weighed in at 246 pounds. His record stands at 34 wins, 7 losses, 1 no contest, and 24 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Atomic Bull, introducing Oliver McCall. Once again, Elmo Adolph, our referee in charge.
Elmo Adolph, the referee, will give him the final rules.
I told you what I expect of you. Just shake hands and come out boxing.
All right, they have the rules. They're ready to go. 4 of the 7 losses came in the early career of Oliver McCall. The other 3 losses came to world champions Lennox Lewis, Frank Bruno, and Tony Tucker. So he's a pretty fair country fighter, and he has the ability to come back with a win tonight and a couple of more wins and get himself ranked in the top 10 and get another title shot if he can do this battle outside the ring one day at a time, Charles.
And I think he's doing a miraculous job thus far. He's down from about 275 pounds, and he's working hard at it, and it is an everyday battle for him, and I'm supporting him 1,000%, and I wish him well.
And he's very thankful to your father, Don King, the promoter, who's given him a 2nd and 3rd and 4th chance in life, and he really appreciates it, and he's going to try to make the most of it. Now, on the other hand, Hinton is an interesting guy. Computer whiz, mathematics guy, college grad, played at the University of Pittsburgh on the same team with the great Miami Dolphins quarterback Dan Marino, then transferred to Western New Mexico University, where he was a linebacker and a real good athlete. Fights part-time, but he said he's been training for 4 weeks. He's in pretty good shape for this. He has a pretty good idea of what he wants to do, and realizes that it costs you to the win. He wins tonight, he can vault himself into a shot. So he's going to be wild with shots. He doesn't have the skills as a fighter. He's a great athlete, make no mistake about it, but not as a boxer that Oliver McCall possesses.
But he's
turned. He got nailed with a shot. Looked like a body shot hit him. Then he got hit in the head. I don't know if he's going to be able to recover from this. That look he's got in his face. It's up to 8 and 9. And finally he says, "You're going to be okay?" No, he stops it. He looks into his eyes, and the referee, Elmo Adolph, stops the fight. It's a first-round knockout. It'll be scored as a first-round TKO for Oliver McCall. So we've had 2 stoppages here in the early going. I thought that Hinton could perhaps continue there. It was kind of a surprise, but the long and the short of it is, it's going to be scored as a first-round technical knockout for Oliver. So he's going to be wild with shots. He doesn't have the skills as a fighter. He's a great athlete, make no mistake about it, but not as a boxer that Oliver McCall possesses.
But he's
turned. He got nailed with a shot. Looked like a body shot hit him. Then he got hit in the head. I don't know if he's going to be able to recover from this. That look he's got in his face. It's up to 8 and 9. And finally he says, "You're going to be okay?" No, he stops it. He looks into his eyes, and the referee, Elmo Adolph, stops the fight. It's a first-round knockout. It'll be scored as a first-round TKO for Oliver McCall. So we've had 2 stoppages here in the early going. I thought that Hinton could perhaps continue there. It was kind of a surprise, but the long and the short of it is, it's going to be scored as a first-round technical knockout for Oliver McCall, which is important for him. He would have liked to get more work, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely, and he probably perhaps needed more work tonight. But I'm not sure if it was a body shot with a delayed effect. It was a stiff jab as well that landed, and I'm sure our producers in the back are going to give us a shot at a replay angle of this thing, and you can get a chance to see what actually did happen. But as you say, the final result, it is a first-round knockout for Oliver McCall.
Well, this is kind of the way things were going. Go ahead, Carl.
It's kind of difficult. He's hitting with a jab, and it looks like, I don't know if he's grabbing his eye, and Oliver comes to him, I just don't.
Oh, then he caught him in the side of the head.
But that couldn't have been it. I mean, he was on his way down. I mean, that's just the icing on the cake.
Let's see it again, Carl. It looks like something's wrong.
There's the jab.
Oh, yeah.
Stiff left jab right there on the left side of the face of Will Hinton. I think he decided at that point he didn't want much more of this. And quite honestly, I think it was just he gave up.
Well, we can make it official now, as I see Jimmy Lennon Jr. has the official announcement. So let's get it. Here's Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 17 seconds in round number 1. A referee in charge stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, the Atomic Bull, Oliver McCall.
All right, we got our man, Mark Goldberg, who's making his way up there to do an interview, and as soon as he's in position, and I see that he is, we'll go to Mark Goldberg with the interview with the victorious Oliver McCall. Go ahead, Mark.
All right, thanks a lot, Colonel. We're here with Oliver McCall. I think he's a little shocked. You wanted to go at least 2 rounds, and you didn't even get through the first. Were you shocked at what was going on?
No, I really wasn't shocked. I knew that he was a heavy puncher. You know, so I really just wanted to get in there and see how slow he was. That's why I didn't attack from the start. And I saw he was slow, then I said I would time him. I caught him with a good left hook. The first left hook I threw, I think I caught him with a nice left hook. But I had a good jab. Me and my trainers, we've been working on good jabs, and I hit him with an awesome jab in the eye.
This is a long road that you've just come down. He's been in camp for 8 months, and he went from 307 pounds, which is hard to believe. There's the shot. Now watch the left hook coming up here. He's already hit it, and he's already hurt, and down he goes. Then you clip him on the head with a right, and here it is again.
Yeah, I'm going to hit him with a nice jab. I'm going to step right into him. You know, I'm tying him, I'm seeing him slow. Boom. I mean, I knew that I was going to be able to connect.
Can I have your thoughts now after this fight is over with, after what you've gone through? 8 months of training, you were up over 300 pounds, which is hard to believe, and now you got it under your belt. What are you thinking of right now?
Well, right now I'm just thinking of one thing. I'm just hoping Lennox Lewis don't retire so I can get a rematch with him, because I gave him the heavyweight title, and I think that it was unfair for me not to get a title shot. But I'll go back up, whichever way I have to do it, I will do it. I won't Lennox Lewis again. I know I will knock him out. I know that. I would also like to fight Holyfield. I whoop Holyfield first to get to Lennox Lewis or Tyson. So it really don't matter. I'm out there and I'm ready.
Would you like to, we're not even into January yet, maybe a February bout with a top contender in the heavyweight division?
I'm definitely looking for a title shot, or I want any top contender. Grant, Tua, any other guys. You know, I'm out there. I've never been knocked down, knocked out. I am the best out there. I want to prove it. I went through some things. I got over that. I'm ready, and I'm more dangerous than ever.
Can you take just a breath now and let a few things off your shoulders and just say, man, that first fight back is over with now?
Yes, I mean, the tension was there. This morning when I got up, the tension was really there, because I'm like, wow, this is it. You know, I'm back. The people are going to see me, and I want to look good. But then I said, well, if I try to really just look good, you know, it ain't going to happen. I said, just be myself and stay loose. And after my family came, my family gave me the support to really stick in there and everything. I talked to my oldest daughter. I hope she's looking out. I love you, Tawana, Shirley, Mikael, all of them, Elijah. Hey, I love you all. You too, Unita.
All right, thanks a lot. Oliver McCall is back. He's got himself another win after a long, hard road.
15th year anniversary, and this is for my wife.
Happy anniversary and a great anniversary present. Colonel, let's go back to you.
All right, so we congratulate Aletha, his wife, and I mean, folks are watching exclusively on DirecTV in the United States. Now you can see why we're so fond of Oliver McCall. I mean, he's just flat out a nice guy, and it's unfortunate the difficulties he's had. Come from the hood in Chicago, and it just got him.
Well, you know, you get hemmed up in the street life is something that it permeates all throughout America. And it's a battle that not only just Oliver has, but all of America. It's just a problem that we as a society have to deal with. And you can see such a lovable guy saying hello and how much he loves his children as well as I do. Nemo, probably I love you too. So,
all right, you get that in there. I'll
I got that in there, you know, but Oliver has done it. And there we have Merciless Ray Mercer coming up soon here.
And this is another comeback story. We'll see that.